Many factors contribute to frequent flash floods in Kuala Lumpur. Think City's Hamdan Majeed says, aside from climate change resulting in intensifying rainfall, another reason is the inability of drainage systems and infrastructure to handle it. He shares his thoughts on how to avoid further damage from flash flooding in the city.
I think it's got to do with the behavioral norms. We take it for granted that we turn our drains and our grey water infrastructure as equally as dump sites. Or instead of just transporting water through the infrastructure, we end up now transporting grease, we transport other forms of waste and so on. In fact, this is one main issue that exists, whereby our current grey infrastructure that exists in the city has been compromised by virtue of the fact that there is a high incidence of cross-contamination arising from other forms of waste, and waste disposal takes place in the grey infrastructure system. Obviously, there's no way that you can put a direct link between a single event and climate change, or what do you call the infrastructure. It's a composite sets of things that eventually causes what do you call flash flood events. And the problem is that this composite event seems to be happening much frequent than before.
Hamdan says it requires political will to push for efforts to better stormwater infrastructure in cities.
It includes consideration about understanding the current stormwater infrastructure, our grey water infrastructure, drainage systems, and see to what extent there is need for deblocking, or even possibility of the need for upgrading in critical areas where there is high incidence of flash floods, where it could be because it's low lying, it could be the case that what do you call the capacity is not present and so on. Third, I think it's got to do with that what do you call we need to actually have high level enforcement to ensure that that disposal into our drainage and stormwater infrastructure is not compromised, and that requires immediate action, and that's something that can be done, but it requires political will. But in the longer term, I think it's about looking at our overall city infrastructure in a comprehensive manner